All right, folks, here we go.
Air traffic control, bring in New York. Roger that. Bring in Canada. 10-4. Gentlemen, we have liftoff.
Bam! We are back again for number 10. Cave Crew Radio, Season 10. Let's go! CaveCrewRadio.com.
Yes, DK here on the pre-show, ladies and gentlemen. I had concerns last night that we would not have liftoff, but apparently all systems are go. How are things in Queens?
Better than they are in Canada, apparently. It's still hot, though.
Oh, it's like 110. We're getting Arizona weather here.
We're in the 90s. We're not in the hundreds.
Yeah, you
But
got
of course, it's a huge heat wave, and people should run for cover. And it's hot like this every single summer.
Yeah, but it's not the heat. Here's my concern. Here's my red flags. We're getting a unbelievable amount of flash storms. And although it's hot, the vegetables are growing.
Mhm.
The cucumbers are flowering. The tomatoes are growing, yet they're green. No cherry tomatoes yet. And no peppers. Weird harvest this year.
But are you doing it outside, or because you had the little thing inside that you were doing?
Well, no, that's herbs.
Oh, herbs.
But
Okay, got it.
outside, we always do tomatoes, cucumbers, peppers, cherry tomatoes.
Mhm.
We do dill because we'll make pickles, and we do herbs, which I dry and shred.
Mhm.
But normally around now, we're getting cukes, we're getting some tomatoes, and they're there. They're just not ripening.
Well, give it time; it'll ripen. I mean, you said it yourself. You're getting rain, and obviously it's hot, so the things will ripen. Just give it time.
And now, where are you in the vegetable?
We have done none vegetables this year.
Oh, you didn't?
Nope.
So
We didn't.
surprised.
We didn't. We had none vegetables, no plants. Not doing any of that this year.
No. Did you go to the dollar store and get some plastic palm trees?
Oh, she likes this. I don't even remember what it's called. It's called, like, I think it's Nearly Natural or something to that effect, where it's these really real looking plants, but they're fake. So
Is that,
that's what
is
we
that
have.
along the lines of a modern day chia pet?
Um, well, no, it doesn't grow. It's just
Oh,
it's a fake. It's a fake plant, like she got a fake cactus, but it looks real. It's not
so do you
plastic.
like?
It's it's textured, and it looks like the real thing. That's why they call it nearly natural, because they're just to the left of being natural.
So, speaking of AI, which we have coming up this week, these are AI plants, basically.
They could be AI plants, yes. I will go along with that. Nearly natural plants is basically AI plants.
When we started this show, we thought we were on the cutting edge of technology and all this stuff, and so much has changed in the past 7 years or whatever it's been. 8
Changes
years.
quickly. Things happen very, very quickly in the modern age. It used to be like, um, you live in a certain era, and there's that technology, and nothing really advances, right? Maybe how you listen to music changes. You go from the jukebox to the record player. Then you got cassettes, and then over time it gradually changes. But with the invention of the microchip, the computer age makes everything change so much faster.
And now science fiction is becoming real life. Well, I have a question for you because it's not on the agenda tonight, but apparently the Americans are in court right now, and you are in possession with alien bodies. What's your thoughts on that?
I don't know anything about that. I don't watch any of that crap that goes on. Most of that shit that goes on in Congress is just that shit.
Yeah.
It's stupid nonsense and nothing ever gets done. Nothing ever gets said. It's a show for being a show. It's a show for show's sake. So I pay no attention to that. It's probably just a distraction from another Hunter Biden cocaine, baggie left in the White House. It's just a distraction to something else.
Okay.
I
Just
think.
curious. I'm not afraid of UFOs or anything like that, but I will say, I believe there is life on other planets. But do I think they are capable of traversing light years and coming here and kidnapping us? Absolutely not. I mean,
You'd have to be. You're really almost like kind of it's a narcissistic way to look at things, saying that you're the only living thing in the universe, right?
right.
Because the universe is endless. So even beyond our galaxy, there are millions of galaxies out there. So of course, I'm sure there's life in some form out there. Is there a computerized society with green men in these spaceships that are, like you said, traversing the universe? No, I don't think so.
I don't buy that.
And I will say this: the same thing I say with the Bigfoot people, the Loch Ness people. We are in an age where there are cameras everywhere. Everyone has one in their pocket. How come we don't have pictures of these things like we did in the 70s when they were all faked?
Right, but like when we used to go to the theater and watch Leonard Nimoy, and they do this, the Loch Ness, Bigfoot, and that. It was really cool when we were kids, right? Like, it's like, whoa, that's that. But you're right. It's my same argument every time. I don't believe ghosts only show up in the dark.
Right.
We have cameras. Yeah, there might be another dimension. Yeah, there might be spirits. Yeah, there might be this. Yeah, there might be that. But don't remember these people, they send us these EVPs. Listen really closely. He's saying my name is Terry.
Right.
we painstakingly listen to those damn things. I don't buy it. It's not a sphere or whatever they call those things. It's a piece of dust.
Right. You watch these shows and it's like, what is your name? And there's silence, and all of a sudden somebody will pop up. Did you hear that?
Yeah.
No, I didn't. You mean the air movement across the microphone? Yes, I heard that. I heard the jet stream of atmosphere go across the microphone. That happens every day.
But you're 100% right. I noticed lately more crooks, more cold cases, even locally, are being solved.
Mm-hmm.
Cameras,
Yep.
DNA. Where's the ghost?
Right.
Where's the guy climbing Everest to get the abominable snowman?
Right.
It's not there. You'd have it by now.
How come we don't have an updated Bigfoot picture?
Right. Or someone can't dive deep enough to find Loch Ness.
Right.
I'm sorry.
The Loch Ness monster.
Yeah. We don't. Yeah. Loch Ness is the lake. I agree.
Right. Yes.
But anyway, we got a big show, folks. We're going to start it. It's full. It's good. A lot of stuff coming up. We're going to ask for some audience participation as well. But before we do that, we got to start. Pulse Talk FM in London, England. Great to be with you guys. and our radio player. Here we go, folks. Here we go. Bear with me. Bear with me. Bear with me.
So enjoy your endless summer here on Cave Crew Radio, and we'll keep this party going till we're buried as deep in snow.
Play your guitar, man. Come on.
When the world turned their backs on men with a dream and savage yearning within them, legions compelled by passion that knows no boundary, a consuming flame that defies plausible explanation, battling the forces of domestication, they find the courage to band together to experience the awesome power of big men.
I mean, we got to solve which I say this with all due respect.
Shut up! Shut up! Shut up! Shut up!
Tonight's broadcast of the masculine feminist has been commandeered by the secret society No Ma'am.
Gotta go to a place like a shot and a beer, steak, man. Saying we can stop, get pancakes, and then we'll get laid, all right?
Why do you drink ice cold beer on a hot day?
Mr. Clevin, what else are you gonna do with it?
To alcohol, the cause of and solution to all of life's problems.
The Yankees are champions of baseball! It's a power play goal!
This is Cave Crew Radio.
Yes, indeed, ladies and gentlemen. This is Cape Crew Radio. This is the Endless Summer Beach Party of 2023. We are about to record, but you're here live, which is awesome, a two-part podcast because we'll be away next week. But we'll be back. We've got some stuff. But tonight, we have a jam-packed show. Oh, by the way, we're live on Cave Crew Radio. We are live on YouTube. We are live on Pulse Talk Radio. We thank all our affiliates, too many to mention, that we are simulcast on, and we are available wherever podcasts are found. We just recorded a pre-show, by the way, ladies and gentlemen. Those of you listening on podcast, Cave Crew Radio YouTube, Cave Crew Radio Facebook, you can see what we talked about. Anyway, Choo Choo Stew AI, a surprise AI visitor. Twitter shits makes a return. We got weird news. Mike's got news, and we got Talking FLA. But before we get into that, we got to get through something, and here it goes.
And now, he is the king of the sovereign county of Urain Stench and Stenchlandia, the commander-in-chief of the Water Gypsies, the self-proclaimed president of the United States, a university graduate, and always the epicenter of something. Ladies and gentlemen, His Royal Highness Big B.
Yes, live from Queens, New York, I am King B, King of Stenchlandia and the Water Gypsies, your president-elect of the United States of America. And as always, the epicenter of something. This week, I am the epicenter of all things fighting and losing a battle with Taco Bell.
Oh, why would you argue over one soft taco?
No, well, it wasn't an actual argument. It was, I had Taco Bell last night for dinner, and then we fought the rest of the night, and I wound up losing. So I
Okay,
didn't.
you fought with Taco Bell or you fought with your family? You
I
need to
fought with.
clarify.
I fought with the contents of my stomach.
Oh, all things the flaming butt cheeks.
Well, it was. I mean, we had Taco Bell for dinner last night, and I had 3 soft tacos, and it's time to go to sleep. I feel okay. I go to sleep. I start suddenly feeling burning in my chest.
Heartburn.
Here we go. Take an antacid, take a Tums, have some water, go lay down. As I lay down, after a little while, it comes up. It now becomes coming up into my throat. Acid reflux.
Right.
Acid reflux is coming up into my throat. I jump up and I'm coughing, and now I'm chewing on like 3 Tums. I'm drinking more water. Now I got to sit up. Then I try to lay down. Then my stomach starts turning and gurgling. And, oh, God. Then you got to go do your business. And by the time all that is said and done, I basically didn't sleep last night. I watched the sunrise and then had to get my wife up so she could go to work. And then I could start working as well.
You experienced internal osmosis.
I had internal combustion is what I had.
It's funny because today at work, one of my drivers works at Taco Bell, and we were telling Taco Bell stories, and I was telling one about my buddy Jose, who backed his flower van, kind of like that Scooby-Doo van, backwards into the Taco Bell drive-through. It was amazing. We were probably on LSD at the time, but yeah, that's the go-to. There was a couple of weeks ago when they're, what do you want? What do you want? I'm like, I want to go to Taco Bell. It's so rewarding. It's not really a dinner though.
It was just something, we've been this summer, we're doing a lot of cooking and outdoor cooking and all this stuff. And we were like, let's just do something quick and easy and simple. It's like, all right, let's do Taco Bell. The soft tacos are small. You can get a case of like 30. And, there's, the kids and all of that. So it's like, yeah, let's do that. Let's get Taco Bell. And as my wife said this morning, because she wasn't nearly as affected as I was, but she was her stomach was kind of sour, a little bit of sour stomach kind of. Yeah. So she says when she gets home from work, she says, I think we're going to have to put Taco Bell in the same category as White Castle.
Oh,
so
that's like at the top of the pier.
So
maybe not for people our age, but like White Castle, ladies and gentlemen, is a legendary greasy snack. Would you put KFC in the same reign?
No, see, I don't know how you did it back in your heyday of alcohol. But our thing was, you'd be out all night at the bar drinking, and then you'd either go to a diner or you would hit up White Castle, because, when you're drunk and you're on your way home, you go to White Castle, you get those, like you said, greasy burgers, and it goes down, and it really helps with the alcohol absorption, and you feel a little bit better in the morning, not as much, but you feel a little bit better. But if you eat them when you're sober, your stomach is really not happy. And we now have to put Taco Bell in the same category. When you're drinking and you're out at 3-4 o'clock in the morning, you hit up a Taco Bell, you get that taco in you, same effect as White Castle. But when you have it for dinner on a Thursday night, when you're not drinking and you're just done with work, your stomach doesn't appreciate that.
I agree. Taco Bell, White Castle, KFC, guaranteed movements. You don't need that fucking chocolate or a suppository or something. That makes you. We're getting older. I grant it. I give it to you.
But yeah, and that's the thing too, because we are in an older age. Like, I can't do the things I did in my 20s. I can't consume all the things I did in my 20s. You find these things out, you don't realize it until it hits you like, oh, I can't do this anymore. And Mike Jolitz is chiming in. He says Taco Bell at 2 a.m. is the best. And again, that's,
why can't I see him?
I don't know. 2 a.m., 4 a.m., you're out drinking. Taco Bell, White Castle, diner, anything greasy is the best.
Yeah.
Not at 7 o'clock at night when you're having dinner with the family. It's not good.
It's going to give you anal gonorrhea, ladies and gentlemen.
It's so when the drink comes, and it's coming, I know it was made already.
We're kind of leading this on before we get to the
right.
next.
So I know it's coming. It was made. I'm just waiting because she was up a little bit in the night too, so we're all kind of tired.
Does it have like milk of magnesia or something in it? I can't wait.
No, I said it can't be anything heavy, like a cream based drink. It's got to be something lighter and fruity. So what it's called, I forget what it's called. It's like a cherry firecracker or some shit.
You have fought through bigger battles than this one, though. You're gonna make it.
I'll be fine.
You need some peanut butter whiskey, cleanse the colon a little bit, and you'll be fine. You're gonna smoke some pork butt or something tomorrow. You're gonna be just fine.
Duck. I am making duck à l'orange.
On the smoker.
On the smoker.
Okay. I do have to tell you while we're waiting for the drink, ladies and gentlemen, and trust me, we got a lot of good stuff coming up. But I now have this fascination. I haven't bought it yet. But I want to combine smoking, but I want to dish my gas barbecue. I want to go charcoal. I'm watching a show, and we talked about it a few weeks ago, and I still can't remember his name. I want a cheap charcoal barbecue. I'm learning.
You get those little Weber kettle grills.
Yeah, those round.
Yeah, you can get those for like $100.
You move the charcoal to one side. Oh, I can't. It's my new thing.
Yes, well, my smoker is charcoal. It's a gravity feed smoker. Charcoal in the chute burns, the smoke and the heat come out the back, and then my other grill is a propane grill.
Well, where is the wood?
The wood is in the hopper. So you put the wood in the hopper with the charcoal, and you also put wood in the bin, where the ash bin. So I have a grate that goes on top. So all the ashes drop below the grate. You put the wood on top of the grate. So as the charcoal embers come down, it starts burning the wood, and the smoke from the wood comes through, along with the charcoal smoke and all of that. It all comes through. So there's an electric fan that keeps it going, keeps the temperature steady, and it keeps it lit, blows the smoke and the heat out through the whatever it's called, the tunnel, and then it goes out the back.
Very sophisticated. Anyway, listen, I didn't plan on spending this much time waiting for drink of the week. Should I move to the next segment?
Sure. And then when it comes, we'll.
All right, just tell her to stand by and don't let the ice cubes melt. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's got to be prime time because, never mind. Oh, I thought that was a smooth move. I thought he was reaching for the drink of the week. And
no, just my beer.
A wee swig of his beer. That was awesome. Anyone that knows me knows that this is the highlight of any show, according to me. When we go to the Twitter shits, and we don't get it every week because it's hard to come by. It's in demand. It's Mike Jolitz. But we are fortunate enough to have the Twitter shits this week. And here we go.
Now, it's time for another edition of Twitter Shits with Mike Jolitz.
Mike Jolitz, Twitter shit. You write the tweets and he reads it. Mike Jolitz, Twitter shit. You write the tweets and he reads it. Mike Joel's Twitter shit. You write the tweets and he reads up on your shit. All right. All right.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of the Twitter Shits. Alrighty, guys, this is where I take a fun-filled Twitter story and read what Twitter had to say about it. All right, on today's episode, from my go-to guy, Rob Reiner. That's at Rob Reiner. Check all his bullshit out. All right, here we go. From Rob Reiner. Head-to-head, Biden slaughters Trump. The only way Trump has any chance is a third-party candidate. At iBone, my sister tweeted, doubt it once the debates start. Trump doesn't need a teleprompter or softball questions. At Homer J. Simpson, and you have to do this in the voice. Picture it. Look at me. I'm an emotionally unstable liberal who can't get on with my life because Trump used to be my president. At Johnny is so gay tweeted, on what unicorn farting fairy dust type of planet do you live on? And how much LSD are you currently consuming hourly? At I Love Cox Gamecocks tweeted, it will be so worth it to enjoy watching your meltdown for 4 more years. At Randy Will Do Anyone tweeted, then why are you trying so hard to keep him from running? At Timmy, strong candidates welcome competition, dumbass. At Degauss My Balls tweeted, the only thing being slaughtered is an entire cow for your 3 dinners tonight. At Unoriginal tweeted, I don't always read something so mind-numbingly stupid, but when I do, it's from a Biden supporter. At I Stutter When I Type tweeted, or one who stays awake during a debate. At Droopy Balls tweeted, you're so clearly living in an alternative reality. At Ed the Dick Doc tweeted, you are a meathead. At Donkey Punch tweeted, do you warn your HOA before you take a dump? At Yippee-ki-yay motherfucker tweeted, that there is some bullshit. At Drop My Load tweeted, that's what they said about Hillary in 2016. At Blow Me It's Christmas tweeted, debate is where it starts and ends, fat boy. At Gay Pig Fucker tweeted, that's what Hildebeest thought. At I'm a Schmuck tweeted, is this a parody account? And finally, in the Twitter shits, at Zany Bob tweeted, you mean in a debate, booby? Alrighty, guys, that does it for this. The Twitter shits. Thank you, Rob Reiner. This is always a good time. Alrighty, guys, that does it for the Twitter shits. I'll be back next time, hopefully with another episode. Bye-bye.
I appreciate you have the drink of the week, but tell her to squeeze her butt cheeks and just hold on a minute. We got to get through the segment. Which I don't care what any of you say out there. There's great segments, Choo Choo Stew AI, Mike Reads the News, other things that we come up with as we go through a season. But I don't think Twitter Shits was new enough last year to get nominated, and it is by far my favorite segment. And what I like to do, ladies and gentlemen, is I like to tell you my 5 favorite Twitter handles, and there was probably 10 or 8. I like them all. But here we go. Mm-hmm. And you can add on in chat. Type if you like something as well, please. Number 5, Randy Will Do Anyone.
Very nice.
Good for you, Randy. This goes out to South Carolina. I Love Cox, Gamecocks.
I had that one as well.
I like that one. I was really struggling with the last 3, and more so with the last 2. But number 3 is going to be I Bone My Sister.
Okay.
Not me personally. I have not boned sister. I have 3 of them, and I wouldn't bone any of them, by the way.
I hope not.
Sometimes you got to clarify. It was a Twitter name. It's not me saying that. It really came down to a tough one. And I'll tell you, number 2 is going to be a soundbite. I'm going to go back. I'm going to clip this. We're going to play this throughout the year. Absolutely loved it. Timmy? Timmy!
Timmy.
It's going to be a sound clip. It's going to be loaded on the soundboard. I loved it. I really struggled with it. I loved it. Timmy. I'm still laughing about it. Might be a show note. Who knows? But I'm sorry. This one is really cool. I stutter when I type.
Stutter when I type.
Hang on. I didn't do it.
And the number 1 Twitter handle is.
I got too excited. I stutter when I type.
That's a good one.
I can't wait until we have that award at the end of the year for the best Twitter handle, because you're writing them down. I'm not.
I am.
But,
I have. Let me see. Hold on. I got to get back to the page. Give me a second.
But Timmy is going to be a sound bite. We're going to use that during news stories and various things. I fucking loved it.
So far, we have 10 winners.
Okay.
10 weeks of Twitter shits.
There's going to be more.
So. Oh, of course.
All right. So now, ladies and gentlemen, let me again get the soundboard up, because it is time for
Mrs. B presents the drink of the week.
So again, we discussed the Taco Bell, and when we were talking about the drink, I said nothing heavy and cream based, something fruity and light, and that's what we have. It's called the Cherry Firecracker, which is amaretto, vodka, dark cherry juice, and 6 tablespoons of sugar.
Oh, that's really good for you. That's not going to spike your fucking diabetes.
That's why I take pills for it. So I can do things like this.
Medicine, ladies and gentlemen, modern medicine.
So this is the drink. There is no more, correct? This is a double, so this is it for the night.
All right. And we here at Cave Crew Radio want you to heal.
And she just said that's an ice cream bowl full of alcohol.
Yeah, that's a big. I love how she comes up, ladies and gentlemen. It's not just the drink itself. Even my wife has commented on this.
Yeah,
it's the cool goblets or glasses, and also the garnishments and stuff like that. Mrs. B has something to say.
She's running out. So, as we've talked about, that the drink of the week is no longer just a drink, because people are noticing and people are commenting on the vehicles for the drink, the garnishments on the drink, everything. And so it's not just a glass of alcohol. You just garnished it last week. Well, that's part of it. She says I shit on her garnishes.
Well, you did like the umbrella last week, and you also complained about the sandwich.
Well, the sandwich. I mean, there was a sandwich on the drink for the jokey Smurf. Yes, but yes. So that is all part of it, and we've discussed this before. That's why there's Amazon stuff of, oh, look at this glass. This will be a cool glass to have a drink in. Not by me, by her.
Yeah. I think we have a new category for the end of the year, the drink of the year.
Oh, the drink of the year. Okay. Yeah, it could.
Right.
Oh, God. Then we're going to have firework drinks. But yeah, so we could do, when we have our yearly awards, we could have the drink of the year, but I don't keep track of all the drinks, every week.
No, we'd have to go back from show to show, or if one of our influencers out there in podcast land or live want to start writing things down. It's not a paid job, but we appreciate it.
Yep, for
Yeah,
sure.
I'd like to see a sparkler coming out of a drink one night. Like
Sparkler coming out of a drink.
did you
That's
ever
a
see?
request.
Have you ever seen that show on? I think it's ABC where they do like the Christmas light competition.
What happened? She's talking to me about like more accoutrements for the drink.
Yes, I really think this segment can grow. If we are going to have longevity in this business, we need to grow our creativity. And I think Mrs. B, as now nominated executive producer, can really help us with this.
Oh, so you're now executive producer of the show, just so you know. But yes, no, this is her. This is 100% her segment because she's the one that comes to me with the glasses. She's the one that does all the garnishments. I'd say 8 times out of 10, I have no idea what the drink is. It's a secret. She's just making it and bringing it down and surprising me. Sometimes she'll throw out ideas, she'll like text me while she's at work. So this is what she does at work too. She's looking for drink ideas,
It's
sending
great
me
she's
ideas.
working at work. That's really awesome.
So
she's in charge of what, like the stock market, and
something like that.
This is why we're in a depression, ladies and gentlemen.
So yeah, I get the text messages of, what do you think about like a list of 3 drinks with the ingredients and all. What do you think of these? Do they sound good? And may I say 1, or maybe we'll keep looking, whatever. But yes, this is 100% her segment of the show, and she has taken it and run with it.
Run with it. She loves creativity. Mike Jones, by the way, is saying fans should vote on the drink of the year.
Fans should vote on the drink of the year. Yeah.
We will add it to the award show. The award show was just something new we came up with. Hall of Fame, favorite segment, favorite show, favorite guest. We'll add it to that. But speaking of creativity, which is a time you're going to need to mute. Mrs. B has something, or
no, she's leaving now.
All right, run to the bathroom, my dear. Run to the bathroom. Speaking of creativity, ladies and gentlemen, we do have a segment now. And before I cue this up, I want to tell you, Choo Choo Stew AI. I'm already getting texts and emails, and why don't you do this? And why don't you make Big B into an AI character, and yada, yada, yada. And this is a lot of fun. So I purchased 2 programs for the show. One is to make the AI character, and the other one is now to write the scripts.
Oh.
The first couple of scripts I wrote, but now the script is written by an AI. So I type in an idea, and the AI types it, and then I put it over to this program with the actual thing. So we got 2 AIs for you tonight. If you want a Choo Choo Stew AI story, or another Choo Choo AI that you invent, email us at cavecrewradio@gmail.com. Comment in the Facebook group, Cave Crew Radio, Twitter, Cave Crew Radio, everywhere, Cave Crew Radio, in chat, wherever. And we will put into consideration a Choo Choo Stew AI or another AI character of your choice into a video on the show. And just like America's Funniest Videos, you may win a t-shirt.
Oh, look at that.
If your AI character or story is chosen. We're going to put you in a draw in the year-end awards. Let's do everything there. All right, let's mute Choo Choo Stew AI. Before I mute myself, he used to have a girlfriend, Lisa, who was a Aborigines, and many, many stories he told on the show. But this one is going to be fun. This is when he took Lisa, the one-legged Aborigines, to a park, the carnival, let's call it. Here we go. Choo Choo Stew AI.
Hello guys, it's me. Choo Choo Stew AI, can you hear me, Brian and DK? Hello Mike Jolitz. I have a wee story for you. Choo Choo Stew from London, England is a cook with a rather interesting story. He is dating Lisa, who happens to be Aboriginal and has one leg. On a fun-filled day, after indulging in some delicious jelly deals, they decide to take a ride on the Ferris wheel. Little did they know that this amusement park adventure would turn into a hilarious comedy. As they are enjoying the view from the top, Lisa's leg unexpectedly becomes loose and ends up falling off. Shocked and amused, Choo Choo Stew tries his best to keep a straight face while helping Lisa retrieve her leg. This extraordinary mishap adds an unexpected twist to their day, turning it into a memorable and laughter-filled experience. Their unique relationship and the comedic nature of this incident bring joy and entertainment to those around them. Just goes to show that even in the most unexpected circumstances, love and laughter conquer all. See you next time, gents. This is Choo Choo Stew AI signing off.
There we go, ladies and gentlemen. You never know what the next adventure of Choo Choo Stew AI will be.
Now, this was the first script that was written by AI.
Yes.
For Choo Choo Stew AI, with just the idea of Lisa, the one-legged Aborigine.
Right. So what I do, and you can input as well, and anyone in chat, and cavecrewradio@gmail.com. There's a contact page on the webpage at cavecrewradio.com. I type in Choo Choo Stew, a chef in England, dated an Aborigines girl who has one leg. They went on a Ferris wheel, and it's a comedy. I think I put in.
Mm-hmm.
And this is what, and this is beautiful. This is us keeping up with the times.
Now, so that was the very first script written by AI for Choo Choo Stew AI. May I input for next week or the following week, because we're not going to be here next week.
Yeah.
So the next iteration of Choo Choo Stew AI, written by AI, I would like the story of when Choo Choo Stew almost fought Mike Tyson.
Okay, I love it. That's a great idea. I got it. Guys, send us your ideas. Everyone seems to love it. And as a bonus, in just a little while, we're going to have a character that Mike Jolitz, when he was live, suggested, Choo Choo You.
Ooh, we're branching off in Choo Choos.
But yes, Mike Tyson is the next story. That's going to be a good one.
I like, and so all these stories that you've seen from Choo Choo Stew AI are based in stories that Choo Choo Stew told us.
Right. So this is almost like an alternate universe, like we were talking on the pre-show.
Right. So, this was, so as the story goes, the leg didn't fall off on the Ferris wheel and all that. The story was, I don't know if that was the one where he puked in the fishbowl, but
we could hear about that at a later date,
right.
Too. I mean,
but yeah, this is the fun of it. So now for next time, Choo Choo Stew in real life did tell us the time he almost fought Mike Tyson. They just passed
in Vegas, by the way.
In Vegas, yeah.
With a cowboy hat on.
Right.
Yeah.
And so I want to hear what AI comes up with for Choo Choo Stew AI to tell the story of almost fighting Mike Tyson.
I don't know if, I think Stu still listens. I don't want to insult him. I know he's retired. But Choo Choo Stew AI could be bigger than Choo Choo Stew.
It could take the world by storm. I'm anxiously awaiting, as you just said, Choo Choo You.
Oh, it's coming. It's coming. But we got to keep moving because we got a lot of things to get to, right? So I believe next on the agenda is our version of the news.
Okay.
And there we go.
This is Radio. Behind the headlines this week in Weird News.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, a segment we do this week in Weird News. I'm moving around. Oh, I know Big B's going to love this one. Here we go. Canadian story, I believe.
I was just going to ask. I'm assuming this is Canadian. I don't know where Chilliwack is, but I'm
Chilliwack is in BC.
Is in BC, British Columbia. For those
British
that don't know.
Columbia, yeah. We call it BC.
So this comes, the very first story of the night comes from the Surrey Now Leader. I don't know what the hell that is, but that's where it comes from. The headline reads, BC couple launching hunger strike to protest pickleball noise. Now, if you haven't listened to the show previously, you have to go back at least a year and know DK's obsession with pickleball and how if he entered a pickleball tournament, he would dominate, according to him.
Listen, remember also I talked about John McEnroe and Andre Agassi, and there was this thing on NBC one Sunday when it was raining and I had nothing else. They were playing pickleball. I don't remember a lot of noise. It's basically a combination of ping pong and tennis.
So it's a wiffle ball with tennis rackets on a small hard surface court. So there's going to be noise of the ball hitting the court. There's also going to be cheering and people talking smack, whatever. So there's going to be noise. It's not like
if it was me, I'd be like, yeah.
You'd be very excited.
Grandpa's throat.
You'd be very excited. A Chilliwack couple, fed up with the noise from a neighboring pickleball court, are going next level in their protest. Starting Sunday, this past Sunday, July 23rd, Rajneesh and Harpreet Dwan say they are staging a hunger strike that will continue until the city of Chilliwack decommissions the courts at Kinsman Park on Portage Avenue.
Can I say something?
Uh-huh.
Judging by these people that are doing the hunger strike, it's not like me and you giving up Taco Bell and steaks. They pretty much live on kale and ginger.
Well, as they reference in this, comment, but because they get these pop-ups, so
I know, but I'm just trying to add to the commentary to get you through the pop-ups.
As quote, as staunch followers of Mahatma Gandhi, we have decided to follow the path shown by him to deal with systemic injustice. It's a little bit different when Gandhi was wanting the freedom of the Indian people and they don't want a pickleball court.
Right.
It's a little bit different.
But they needed a point of reference,
I guess.
So their historical point of reference is not someone's playing a boombox on Main Street. Their historical point of reference is Gandhi was fighting for an entire nation.
Right.
We are going to fight for us in room B112.
You see how micro the world has gotten.
Yeah.
We went from one man fighting for the freedom of a nation to one couple fighting for noise in their bedroom.
Right. And these are the people, ladies and gentlemen. And again, you can send me hate mail. I could care less. These are the people we are opening our floodgates to and saying, welcome to Canada and the USA. Please change things at will.
Rajneesh wrote in a letter, quote, we would prefer death over continuing to live the life of second-class citizens that we have been reduced to due to the callous and discriminatory attitude of the city, unquote. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. There is a pickleball court across the street. They are now being discriminated against because people are enjoying themselves in outdoor activities.
And I'm sure they're not doing it too late in the evening. Like I'm sure there's city bylaws that say, I don't know, what's a cool time to call it quits? 10 o'clock?
9 p.m.
9 p.m. You are ready to compare yourself to Joan of Arc being burnt at the stake, to Gandhi, to Martin Luther King over pickleball. And as fond as I am of this sport, you people are idiots.
The Dewans bought a home on Woodbine Street in 2017. At the time, there were no pickleball courts, and they considered it a plus to hear the sounds of the adjacent park. Quote, I drew creative energy from activities going on in the park, which included watching people play tennis, children enjoying the slides and swings, people taking a stroll or walking their dogs, and youths enjoying late night parties. So wait, hold on.
Wait. I think we're on the same ball. Go ahead.
So youths enjoying late night parties.
Yeah,
Let's translate that.
Bonfires and metal. Tennis doesn't make noise. Have you ever heard Steffi Graf play? It sounds like an orgasm in a pornography.
So the what is it? Youths, where is it? Youths enjoying late night parties. So let's break that down real quick. When I was a youth enjoying a late night party in a park, or when you, DK, I'm sure were enjoying a late night party in the park, it included, as you mentioned, bonfires. It included copious amounts of alcohol. It included drugs, marijuana, at least, maybe some other things.
And sexual intercourse with teenage girls with protection, of course, ladies and gentlemen. I always wore a Jimmy into battle.
And when we were doing the partying, lots of heavy metal music.
Yes, of course, loud music, bonfires 10 feet in the air, pickleball, ladies and gentlemen.
So
it sounds like this when it hits. Tat, tat.
You beat me.
Yeah.
So, ladies and gentlemen, the drug-fueled rage of a teenage bonfire-driven party is wonderful compared to the sounds of the highly discriminatory, horrific game of pickleball.
Right. It's got to be something like maybe we're interfering with squash or one of the games they prefer, highlight, cricket. Choose the hill you die on, brother.
You might as well come out and say, we enjoyed the sounds of open vasectomies without anesthesia. It was fun. It was creative. But not pickleball.
That's going to take me a minute.
Quote, none of the sounds from such activities bothered us. It became part of our soundscape, especially during summers when most of the windows in our home are kept open. But when the pickleball courts were added in 2019 and resurfaced in 2021, the sound of plastic balls hitting plastic paddles became unbearable. Rajneesh brought his concerns to the city 11 months ago, suggesting the courts were installed without consulting neighbors and were constructed without any noise studies.
Can you imagine this guy at city council? Hello. I would like to put a motion before council. The pickleball is very loud.
Other municipalities have dealt with the pickleball problem. In Port Moody, any court within 350 feet of residential properties usually requires noise abatement. I don't know what they do for noise abatement.
I don't understand, because in my hometown here, they're crying for more pickleball courts. They're taking down tennis courts. They're taking down basketball courts. People want more pickleball. People love pickleball here.
It's an outdoor, harmless activity that's basically tennis with a wiffle ball.
Right.
It's harmless. It's people getting exercise. It's not like they're stringing people up by the testicles and burning them at the stake. Apparently, this couple would enjoy that type of noise.
Well, they apparently enjoyed the teenage orgies.
Right. That's what I'm saying. It's not, it's not the Viking justice of the year 890 when they would burn people for committing crimes and, the whole town would gather and watch. They would enjoy these things, but not pickleball.
Now, when you are threatening to conduct a hunger strike, this is forget all the other stuff. You presented all the. Do you sit on your lawn in a wicker lawn chair and just not eat? With a sign on Bristol board? How do you conduct a hunger strike? I've never done this.
Well, to use their example of Mahatma Gandhi. So when Mahatma Gandhi was incarcerated, he was in prison, and he refused to eat. Like they would give him meals, and he refused to eat until his people were free. And his country became an independent country, free from all occupation.
Right, Tibet.
Was it Tibet? I guess, yeah.
I believe.
So he went on a hunger. That was a public thing, right? He was on a hunger strike. He was imprisoned, and there was daily news written about it. So that caused a worldwide outcry.
Right. And there's been other various hunger strikes for different things that you read about, but it's always for a major cause. It's not like I want Joe next door to cut down his evergreen tree.
Right. But in this case, this couple going on a hunger strike because they don't like pickleball. Again, I don't know if that means, like you said, they're going to sit on their lawn 24 hours a day and just not eat and show everybody, or are they going to sit in their house and say they're not eating? And if they do that, how do we know they're not eating?
Right. And don't you agree that this is really when we need a guy like Jerry Springer again?
You think we need Jerry Springer for this?
Jerry Springer, Maury Povich, whoever. We need a host, Dr. Phil.
Dr. Phil. Dr. Phil would come and mediate the negotiations between the park, the pickleball parks, and the unwanting couple that live across the street, apparently.
Will you be providing updates on this story?
Probably not.
Okay.
Because much like the citizens of Chilliwack, I don't give a shit if they don't eat the rest of their idiotic lives. I hope they don't and go away. They wither away. They become skeletons sitting on their chair, watching The Price is Right, listening to fucking pickleball.
And become a Halloween attraction in Chilliwack once a year.
Good riddance.
All right. Well, here's what we're going to swap over to. This one, I didn't even know if it was good, but it was kind of bizarre. So I'll turn this one over to you.
Yeah, give me a second. I got to pull it up.
There
it is. Yeah. Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen.
So this next one comes from the New York Post. The headline reads, "Severed penis left outside florist with note attached, quote, reflection of your actions."
This is good. Just that note perked my attention. I just hope the poor guy with a severed penis is transgender.
Well, we don't know. We'll talk about that later in the story. Did he cut off his penis to spite his vase? For those who thought receiving a horse's head in a bed a throwback to The Godfather,
Godfather
was the
2.
height of
Godfather
grotesque.
2, ladies and gentlemen.
That wasn't part 2. That was 1.
That was 2.
No, it was
Of
1.
course.
I just watched Godfather like 2 days ago. It was 1.
Well, you're right. All right.
For those who thought receiving a horse's head in a bed was the height of grotesque, a florist was flabbergasted upon discovering a package with a severed schlong outside their bodega. The apparent intimidation audit occurred earlier this month when a mysterious box was found at the Rosas de la Mochis flower shop in the center of Los Mochis, northwest of Mexico City. Initially suspecting it was an explosive device, local police enlisted the bomb squad to investigate. After conducting a battery of tests, authorities determined that the package was not an explosive. Instead, the parcel harbored an amputated piece of male anatomy, like a pornographic version of What's in the Box from the movie Seven. Hold while I write things down.
Okay, so the way this story is leading is that this person did it to themselves. I was kind of leaning towards a Wayne Bobbitt kind of thing where the woman got pissed off. She didn't like the flowers.
Well, if they did it to themselves, they wouldn't exactly report it. Like they'd have to go to the hospital.
Right. Yeah, it's not a problem. I cut my fingernails, ladies and gentlemen. I do not cut my penis.
This is true. The package adorned with a funeral floral wreath, came with a sinister note inside that read, "The reflection of your actions, so you can educate yourself and get off my balls."
I'm having a hard time following this story. I'm sorry.
The National Guard and the Mexican Army also carried out several tests on the member.
Oh, you
What
just
tests are
clarified.
they conducting?
You just said the Mexican Army. So we're in Mexico with a little bit too much tequila and that little tobacco. I'm okay. I'm in.
Yes,
I'm
it was
in.
Mexico.
Yeah, I'm in now.
But it says the National Guard and the Mexican Army also carried out several tests on the member. What tests are they conducting?
DNA.
It's a severed dick. What do you need to know?
Pull your pants down. Let me see what you got.
The authorities have not yet identified the X-rated bouquet's sender, nor the unfortunate soul who was left with dick in the box. For those of you that watch Saturday Night Live and Justin Timberlake, dick in a box. However, this isn't the first unsettling item that's been left outside this particular flower shop. Previously, the florist had found several macabre mannequins related to untimely ends, including a depiction of Santa Muerte, also known as Our Lady of Holy Death. Coincidentally, this comes several months after police were involved in an intense shootout with gang members in the vicinity of the florist, which ended with the authorities getting overwhelmed and fleeing the scene.
I don't think this is like your normal florist shop.
Probably not.
Yeah.
I would assume it is a cartel.
Yeah.
Like not a halfway house, but like a cartel's front.
I know what you're saying. Like, but I'm getting a bad feeling of what's behind those Barbie doll walls.
Right.
Yeah.
It remains unclear if the incident, which is captured in the above security camera video, which that's the picture you have, was related to the phallic Valentine or the diabolical dummies. Meanwhile, this is just the latest incident in which someone has sent an unusual item to deliver a mysterious and stomach-turning message. In January, a scorned woman got back at her ex by placing a dead fish in his mailbox every day. A video detailing the Godfather-esque revenge ploy currently boasts 2.2 million views on...
Wait a minute. I wasn't even ready for that.
It's happened where? On TikTok.
Quote, my toxic trait is that I post raw fish through my ex's letterbox every day, reads the caption to the fishy clip, which was posted by a user named at Katie Burr 5.
Everybody go and follow at Katie Burr 5.
The footage, there's accompanying footage. I don't know where it is, and I don't care. Shows the woman shoving the unconventional carpaccio into the alleged ex's mail slot like a devious DoorDasher. And while Katie didn't disclose what sparked the tiff, she explained in the comments that she dreamed up the odoriferous measure to make him miss me. So if you're putting fish, dead fish, in the mailbox to make him miss you, that tells me you don't exactly cleanse yourself below the belt. You kind of stink like fish.
You need vinegar and water.
Massengill may help.
AKA the douche.
The douche.
Yeah. All right. I have a sneaky feeling, ladies and gentlemen, we are not going to get through everything tonight, but that's okay. We always carry it over. We're gonna give you a full show. I don't even remember what's next here. Oh, speaking of stinky, we have a little bit of a spill.
And when I was reading the stories to give you the Jesus fucking Christ. When I was reading the stories to give you the order, I didn't quite follow this one. So as I read it, I'm going to see if I follow it now.
Yeah, let's put it together, ladies and gentlemen. It's story time.
Much like Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood, we're going to do this together.
Yes, we're going to explore this modern mystery.
We're going to go to the land of make-believe and have the king of the castle help us determine what's going on in this picture.
King of the castle AI. I just got an idea.
King of the
but anyway,
castle AI.
Yeah.
This next story comes from Fox 61. Headline reads, poop spilled from semi-truck causes multiple crashes on Interstate 95.
I have so many questions already.
Well, I have immediately, because they say his name. His name is Shaky Stevenson Joseph of Waterbury.
This is the guy I want to hire to run my trucking company.
Right. Of Waterbury, which is in Connecticut. This is where this happened. In Connecticut, ladies and gentlemen. Was arrested and charged, apparently. Yeah. A Waterbury man was arrested for spilling poop from a semi-truck on Interstate 95 northbound and causing multiple car crashes due to the slick roadways.
And the stench.
Around 10:33 p.m. on Monday, Connecticut State Troop G was called to the area between exit 27 and exit 30 on I-95 northbound in Bridgeport for reports of a large semi-truck spilling an unknown substance onto the roadway from the trailer. The tractor-trailer did not stop and exited the highway onto local streets. Police said multiple car crashes were reported in the area due to the slick roadway. Two Connecticut State Police cruisers were also involved in different car crashes as a result of the slick roadway. Following an investigation, the driver of the tractor-trailer was identified as Shaky Stevenson Joseph of Waterbury. Joseph was contacted by his employer to pull over his tractor-trailer to the right shoulder of Route 8, northbound exit 17 off-ramp for state police. Joseph was charged in violation of 12 counts of reckless endangerment, first-degree reckless driving, and operation of a motor vehicle with an unsecured load. Joseph was processed and released after posting his $25,000 cash bond and is scheduled to appear at the Bridgeport Superior Court. Now, I read it again, and I still don't understand the story.
Okay, so I just, can I preface my comment by saying I have not transported shit However, I
Mhm.
know this one guy who goes around and he has this like vacuum truck that sucks shit at like camping places and stuff or septic tanks.
Right.
And the truck itself is almost like a fuel truck. Like
I know what you're talking about. Yeah, I've seen them.
how would you transfer shit in a square cube van transport truck?
Again, this is why I don't understand the story, because
This
I know
is-
exactly what you're talking about. The septic trucks that will clean your septic tanks and blah blah blah. They have all these funny puns on their truck, to make it funny.
Right.
They're saying it's a tractor trailer. Now, when I think of tractor trailer, I think exactly what you did. These square, not square, but a rectangular truck,
Right,
an
what
18
we
wheeler.
see on the screen,
What
right?
you see on the screen, right? An
Like you're
18
shipping
wheeler.
Doritos or mattresses.
Right. That you see on the highway that, is going cross country to the next Walmart or wherever. It was leaking shit onto the highway. How is it? What is it? What is its load? Because it never told us what its load was. It never told us what company it was. How is it leaking shit? The picture in the story is that a square tractor trailer. If it's a square tractor trailer, does it now we all know fertilizer. If it's fertilizer is a dirt-like substance, right?
Right.
It's gone through the processing where it's dirt-like. So
This
it's
was
not
a
gonna be
liquid.
slippery.
This
Right.
was clearly a liquid
This was
in a
clearly a
tractor trailer.
Right. So people are crashing because the slick roadways, the dirt-like substance on the road isn't really going to create a slick roadway. So it's got to be a liquid form of shit.
Right.
Is this animal shit? Is it human shit? Is a combination of both? Where does it come from? Why is he hauling it? What company does he work for? Why is it in a box truck?
And how is he containing it?
How is he containing it? And how is it leaking out of the truck? And he didn't know.
Like if you're gonna like store some liquid, ladies and gentlemen, you're either gonna put it in like a jug or you're gonna put it in a Ziploc bag. How are you moving liquid shit in a transport truck? That is the question we need to know.
Is he trying to do it like people transport moonshine in the fucking little jars that fell over and cracked and now it's liquid shit pouring everywhere, leaking out of the bottom of the doors? I don't know. I have no idea how this story leaves out so much.
And that's a lot of shit in that picture.
If in that picture alone, but it's caused several accidents on I-95. Now, for those out there who don't know what I-95 is, I-95 goes from California to Maine. It is the interstate highway along the East Coast that goes top to bottom. So you can get to every state along the East Coast by going through I-95. I don't know, and this caused several accidents, including police car accidents, because of the slick roadways. There is so much that's left out of this story that we'll never know.
Unsafe transportation of dangerous goods. That's all I can say.
But I would like to know more.
Feel free to Google, investigate any of these stories, ladies and gentlemen, and get back to us with some facts because, again, liquid manure in I deal with these trucks all the time. I also deal with fuel trucks. Fuel trucks deliver liquid. Box trucks deliver packaged goods.
Solid objects.
So I have no idea. No idea, Big B. I do not have the answer for you. However, where are we going here? Oh, this one's kind of cute too. I kind of like this one. Somehow I feel New York in this story.
It's not New York, and I didn't like this story at all. I hate both of them.
Oh, okay.
This next story comes from the New York Post. Headline reads, I fell in love with my mugger after he robbed me in the street.
It's getting better and better.
I hate both of them. He stole her phone and then her heart. A Brazilian woman brought new meaning to the crime of passion after revealing that she fell in love with a mugger who robbed her, and now the two have become inseparable. The duo detailed their alleged romantic saga in a Twitter video with over 232,000 views.
Anything to influence.
We put up good content. We actually work at things, and we can't get 232,000 views. I was walking down the street where he lives, and unfortunately, I was mugged. The woman, identified as Emanuela, told reporters while recounting their quote unquote first date at a media event in Brazil. She recalled how the thief took her phone, but then he saw Emanuela's number in there. He said, fucking pop-ups.
I have so many questions already, ladies and gentlemen. So many questions. So he mugged her.
Okay, yes, he mugged the woman identified. Yeah, okay. They were recounting their first date. She recalled that the thief took her phone, but when he saw Emanuela's number in there, he said he had been the one who robbed. Well, that's one way to get someone's phone number.
Oh, yes.
Meanwhile, the unidentified phone jacker claimed that he had a sudden change of heart mid-robbery. Quote, I was going through a difficult situation.
I saw the lies.
I was going through a difficult situation because I didn't have a woman.
You could masturbate, for fuck's sakes.
How we first met story. When I saw her photo on the phone, I said to myself, what a beautiful brunette. You don't see a brunette like that every day. And I regretted stealing it. The reporter joked, so you stole her phone and then her heart? I hate everybody in this story.
Well, I don't like this.
The two have now reportedly been dating for 2 years, although it's yet unclear how her parents feel about having an outlaw for an in-law. Ha ha.
Oh, geez, these aren't even show name worthy.
No, not even a little bit. Needless to say, the Twitter commentariat was in hysterics over the duo's story of love at first swipe.
Can we get a they have that floor that opens, so you come out, you do your thing, and if the story fails, we should have a doo boop.
I like the old Gong show where they come out with the big hook and hook them off the stage.
Yeah. I don't have a gong sound effect, but I think I'm going to get one.
It's only in Brazil, exclaimed Brazilian journalist Milton Neves on Twitter while dealing with their bad romance. Love can accomplish anything, quipped one commenter. Another joked, bandit fetish is more common than we can imagine. Brazil is not for amateurs, joked the third.
I nominate this for worst story of the year, and I think we should cut it off. It's not even worthy of radio play.
This is terrible.
We're gonna immediately right now, ladies and gentlemen, we don't do this often on the show, but because we're loyal to you, our listeners, just forget you ever heard any of that. That was a terrible story. They're terrible people. But this, ladies and gentlemen, is our kind of story. This will get the party started again. Big Macs, French fries, filet of fish, and
gonorrhea. This next story comes from the Business Insider.
This is a business story, ladies and gentlemen. We are getting real with this story.
So we just heard of love due to theft.
Yeah.
We will now hear of love in a fast food joint.
Yeah. Everybody gangbanging while they're making your Big Macs. Just what I want McDonald's today. Thank God it's Wendy's.
Can I have a Happy Meal with the STD toy?
Can I have a little bit of that special sauce?
I would like a little bit of chlamydia on the side, please. This comes from BusinessInsider.com. Headline reads, there was a gonorrhea outbreak at a McDonald's branch among staff who were having sex with each other.
How does this even get leaked out to the public? Is there not doctor-patient confidentiality, or am I wrong?
Well, we will find out about that.
All right.
There was an outbreak of a sexually transmitted disease at a McDonald's branch in the UK. We need Choo Choo Stew AI on this ASAP.
Is that added to the list?
That, first I want to hear about Mike Tyson.
Well, of course.
And then I want to hear about the gonorrhea at McDonald's in the UK.
All right, I'm adding that to the list.
There was an outbreak of a sexually transmitted disease at a McDonald's branch in the UK where sexual relationships between staff members were commonplace, a BBC investigation found. The investigation, based on accounts from more than 100 current and former employees, revealed a series of allegations of sexual assault, racism, and homophobia across different branches of the fast food chain.
So they were swinging both ways.
They were going all over the place.
This is my ding-a-ling, your ding-a-ling. Everybody's playing with the same ding-a-ling. Who was ground zero? Did they reveal who ground zero is?
No.
The initial case of the gonorrhea.
The BBC reported that there had been an outbreak of gonorrhea among staff at a branch in Northern Ireland. But did not provide any further details. Gonorrhea is an STD that can cause infection in genitals, rectum, and throat. In rare cases, it can lead to infertility in men, and untreated gonorrhea can also spread to blood and joints. What do you got, arthritis? No, gonorrhea of the knuckles.
Do you have ringworm? No, it's actually gonorrhea. I just need a cane. It went undetected.
You got spinostenosis? No, I got gonorrhea. Now I can't fucking walk because my spine is fucked up.
Just know, it all depends where you're packing, people. The throat, the anus, and the genitals.
That's a good point.
3 most important places during sex. So a hand job, apparently you're safe if you sanitize after.
The 5-month-long BBC investigation painted a picture of a toxic work culture at the company. The BBC reported that workers, some of them teenagers in their first jobs, said they were being groped and harassed regularly. I'm going to skip a lot of this stuff because it's just
nonsense,
not stuff that we need to discuss.
Right.
In a statement previously shared with Insider, the CEO of McDonald's UK and Ireland, Alistair Macro, said that the company has a zero-tolerance approach to any kind of harassment and that each employee deserves to work in a safe and respectful, inclusive workplace. There are clearly instances where we have fallen short, and for that we deeply apologize.
I would say a gonorrhea outbreak that would cause for a workplace investigation.
I believe so.
Yeah.
He added that McDonald's UK would investigate all of the allegations. The U.S.-owned hamburger chain has 1,450 outlets in the UK and employs 170,000 workers.
How many were infected?
It doesn't say, and a lot of this I skipped because there was some stuff that we just it's not appropriate.
Yeah, details we don't need. Yeah.
It's stuff that really isn't appropriate for the show.
Even for us, ladies.
Even for us.
So that means that's really bad. I'm going to go after the show and read the article. It's up to you. I'm kidding. I have not gonorrhea, ladies and gentlemen.
I hold while I write things down. I have not gonorrhea'd.
At least I know of. I don't have any joint pains. Let's put it that way. Or a sore throat at the moment.
What are we doing? What's the next one?
Is that done?
Yeah, that's done.
All right. So gonorrhea outbreak, ladies and gentlemen, McDonald's. And you got to give Big B the Character of the Year award for skipping over things. If he says it's not appropriate for this show, it's really bad.
Yeah, I was when I was reading it the first time to send you the order, I knew what I was going to skip. It's just it's serious allegations that we are a comedy show. We're here to have fun.
Yeah, and we like to laugh and joke about gonorrhea outbreaks, but there's certain things even we won't report. You should respect that of us. Here is a story from another place we're going to visit later in the show. We're going to make sure we have time, and we're not going to get to FLA, but a lonely lady in Japan.
This next story comes from mothership.sg. I don't know what the fuck site this is.
Never heard of it.
Never heard of it.
Hope I didn't give it gonorrhea by sending you that link.
You gave me gonorrhea of the phone.
Excuse me.
Headline reads: Japanese woman arrested after making 2,761 emergency calls for attention as she was lonely. A woman from Matsudo, Japan, was arrested for allegedly making 2,761 false emergency calls. Hiroku Hatagami, who's 51 and lives alone, explained that she had been gripped by a bout of loneliness. Chiba Police's Matsudo Higashi Police Station arrested Hatagami on July 13th for supposedly obstructing the operations of a local fire department. The unemployed woman was
even called. See, I didn't get that far. I thought it would have been the police.
Well, no, she was calling emergency lines.
Oh, okay.
So she was tying up emergency lines, which apparently affected the fire department's response to something else. The unemployed woman was accused of making emergency calls from her home and neighborhood under the guise of being plagued by various ailments. I have a stomach ache. I took a large dose of medicine. My legs hurt.
Go to Taco Bell.
I had Taco Bell for dinner last night. They were just a few of the myriad of symptoms cited by the woman. The calls were made across a period of about 2 years and 9 months, or about 3 calls a day.
Ooh, that's a lot.
Hatagami even requested the Matsudo Fire Department to dispatch ambulances between August 15, 2020 and May 25th, 2023, only to refuse help upon arrival and deny making the call. Despite repeated warnings from the fire department and police station, Hatagami didn't cease her unnecessary calls, causing the department to file a police report on June 20th. Hatagami was said to have admitted to the allegations, providing a justification that she was equally heartbreaking as it was amusing. I was lonely and I wanted someone to listen to me and give me attention.
All right. Well, they call the suicide hotline. I don't know.
While there is some humor to be found in Hatagami's excessive emergency calls, her case belies a more sinister issue of loneliness in modern Japan, where the number of single-person households and elderly single-person households are expected to be on the rise.
Very sad.
So let's equate this to what happens here in the U.S. She decided to make emergency calls because she's lonely and she wants somebody to listen to her. Idiots here make ridiculous TikTok videos for attention and likes because they have nothing else going on in their life. Their life is based upon the amount of clicks and the amount of likes they get on a particular video. Same thing.
All right. End of story. The court of urine stench, ladies and gentlemen. That was a blunt and harsh. Okay, we got two more stories. We got Talking FLA. We got Choo Choo You. Talking FLA, or sorry, we got two more stories. We got Mike Reads the News and we got Choo Choo You. Talking FLA will be a return next week. Or
Do we want to do the final two or do we want to make it one? It's up to you. Because I know we're running out of time.
Which one do you want to skip?
We can skip the last one. I want to do this one because I believe this is a show name.
Okay. And we will keep the last one, and because I won't have a lot of time to gather stories, so I'll only have to shoot you about 5 or 6.
Yeah. So we'll keep the last one. We'll keep FLA. Yep, this one.
Here we go, ladies. Again, this has nothing to do with gonorrhea. Please don't prejudge.
This next story comes from the New York Post. Headline reads, U.S. influencer works as an emotional support stripper.
I love it.
An Instagram influencer who shipped out to help Ukraine amid the ongoing bloody war with Russia has found her niche, aiding soldiers and volunteers as an emotional support stripper.
I love emotional support strippers. We need more of it. We got peacocks. We got dogs. We got fish.
And now we have strippers.
I love it.
Can I bring my emotional support stripper on a plane with me? Like for free?
Excuse me, sir. I thought that was your wife. Yeah, but this is my emotional support stripper.
Fan Pai Kwong of Houston, Texas, created an OnlyFans account that is free for Ukrainian soldiers and volunteers, where she describes herself as a globe-trotting girlfriend, now volunteering.
She was from Texas.
From Houston, Texas.
And her name was what?
Fan Pai Kyung. She describes herself as a globe-trotting girlfriend, now volunteering in Kharkiv.
Okay.
The 33-year-old bombshell, whose content includes videos of stripteases as air raid sirens blare and shirtless photos with rocket launchers, does everything from, and I need this explained to me, everything from free emotional breastfeeding. What the fuck is free emotional breastfeeding?
Excuse me.
To distributing cash donations to Ukrainians and volunteers, according to her OnlyFans profile, which states proceeds go towards her humanitarian efforts. I'm the sexy girl in Ukraine who wants to volunteer and will probably put out, she told the Daily Beast. God damn it.
She's not actually there, though, right? She's just sending videos.
Well, the 33. No, I did this. Hold on.
So
fucking pop-ups.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, okay.
While you're doing that,
the 2015 Miss Taiwanese American pageant competitor first headed to Ukraine in November 2022. So she is in Ukraine to volunteer and assist refugees working at women's shelters and orphanages in Lviv, a city in the western part of the country, far from the front lines. The work, however...
Mike Jolitz wants to give her the Nobel Peace Prize.
I'm all for it.
Yeah.
The work, however, wasn't all that different from her job experiences back home, which pushed Kyung to look into assisting the military directly. Kyung, who also won first prize in the NASA Space Health Challenge in 2014, moved to Ukraine full-time in February. She's since assisted volunteering in the volatile eastern Donbas region by bringing water to those still living in the bombed-out towns and offering emotional support to English-speaking soldiers while she learned Ukrainian. It's a little soft-core diplomacy I'm bringing, Kyung told the Post. Everyone's sending their strongest and finest. I wandered in and was like, hey, what's up? Want to talk? I'll give you a message. And apparently her tits. Through her volunteer work on the ground, Kyung struck up various romantic relationships with the men she's met and is currently dating a Ukrainian drone operator, a power plant worker, and 2 information technology workers. That is 4 people she's currently dating at the same time. She's a whore.
Oh,
And the other 3 that she's not with at the time are cuckolds. She is a disease-ridden whore. She's like like when the U.S. was in Vietnam, and the chicks the Vietnam women would make themselves available, and some of them would put razor blades up their hoo-has to try to injure the U.S. soldiers. That's what this chick is doing in Ukraine. She is a Ukrainian prostitute looking for good times. If you've ever watched Full Metal Jacket, Me Love You Long Time, that's what she's doing in the Ukraine.
I'm right out of room to write tonight, ladies and gentlemen. I really didn't think these stories had a lot of punch. And we're leaving a lot on the cutting room floor, but we'll get to the stuff eventually. Don't worry.
Tell me, in this picture, she doesn't look like she's got 15 diseases, 15 STDs just waiting to be given to the next Ukrainian officer that wanders her way.
Listen, when you're in a war, though, you're going to take whatever you can get.
Oh, wait a minute. International soldiers are also on the table. Kyung struck up a relationship with a fighter from the United Kingdom.
There you go.
Who had been a member of a group of soldiers she comforted when they suffered casualties
He had
in
not been
Donbass.
to a McDonald's previously to meeting her.
If anybody that lives in Houston remembers her from the corner of the KFC and where the KFC and McDonald's intersect, she was out there selling meth and her tits for $5.
Oh, that's a good deal.
I'm there talking with him for 6 hours about how he's coping, his relationship issues. I feel so safe with this guy, she told the Daily Beast. At some point, I was holding him and stroking his hair. And I said, I feel precious like a kitten. I haven't been touched in 2 years. Her raunchy activities haven't been warmly received by everyone, with some Western volunteers in a group chat blasting Kyung for joking about looking for a good time with Ukrainian men. Again, me love you long time. Me sucky sucky. Watch Platoon. Not Platoon. I'm sorry. Full Metal Jacket.
Full Metal Jacket. I was going to correct you, but I didn't want to. Oh.
These guys just tore me for 3 days straight. Oh my God. Now she quoted, these guys just tore me for 3 days straight. She's gangbanging people.
I have no more room to write anything else down. She's gangbanging people.
She believes she's providing a vital service to soldiers that's often overlooked. Yes, prostitution is often overlooked in war.
Yeah.
People don't talk about the sexual needs of the people of the country.
The oldest job of all time, they say.
Well, people don't talk about the sexual needs of the people of the country at war. Think about the part of you that needs to have a person that you can confide in. I try to do that for everyone who speaks English. English or Ukrainian at a 3-year-old level.
That's fucking prejudice. Are we done?
Sucky.
Sucky.
You too beaucoup.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is our version of the news tonight. Any stories that we miss, we will catch up with you. But we have a couple of 2 quick segments we have to get to before we name the show. We're still going to go over one of our favorites, though, and I needed a breather. But you're not going to be able to breathe through this, so just like grab an oxygen tank and a straw. Time for Mike Reads the News.
And now, Cave Crew Radio presents Mike Reads the News with Mike Jolitz.
Hello, Cave Crew Radio. Hello, listeners around the world. Good evening to you, DK, and hello, Sir Bigby. How are you guys doing this week? I'm doing pretty fabulous. I have yet another 4-day weekend and a 3-day work week, followed by, again, another 4-day weekend. This is great. Alrighty, guys, today is July the 28th, and it is now time for Mike Reads the News. Twitter has been rebranded. The little blue bird is gone and now replaced with an X. Fine by me. Not going to change the name of Twitter shits, though. The Arena Football League is coming back, baby. There will be 16 teams based in Chicago, Ohio, Philadelphia, and total party destinations like Boise and Oregon. Phoenix is not getting a team. A Maryland woman killed her husband earlier this month after he stopped eating her out before sex. Now he's dead, can't do it ever again, but she'll get what is soon to be her shag carpet munched in jail all the time. Devo announced some more tour dates in November for their farewell tour. They've been around since the early 70s. Wow. I had no idea they were still touring. The Miss Universe pageant announced it's adding a new segment to help regain some viewership they lost over the years. Girls jumping on trampolines will be the last part before announcing the final 10. The U.S. women's national team lost and ended their 13-game win streak in World Cup soccer. I wasn't watching, and if you call it football, you can suck it. And finally, in the news, so you can have an AI girlfriend.
If you're a sad loser.
Yeah, it's an app or something. I'm not even sure. Experts say is making men behave worse. Well, she can't make a sandwich or jump on a trampoline. What good is she? Alrighty, guys, that does it for the news. It is now time for the tidbits. Oh, yeah. Comedian Ron Sexton, the voice of Donnie Baker, died last weekend. Oh, no. Singer Tony Bennett died last week, too. Wasn't a fan. Oh, no. Sinead O'Connor died as well. Oh, no. Corey Feldman is coming to the Marquee Theater in Tempe in October. Better book your seats soon. They're gonna sell out fast. Or not. Happy birthday to Fear Innes. He turned 60 on Tuesday. No, he's 40 now. Oh, yeah. And finally, in the tidbits, also a happy birthday to Rolling Stone singer Mick Jagger. He's 80 now. Oh, yeah. Alrighty, guys, that does it for the news. That does it for the tidbits. I am out of here, and we'll be back for the next Cave Crew Radio episode. Yeah. All right, later, guys. Bye-bye.
Always a great time with Mike Jolitz.
Love Mike Jolitz. Love Mike Jolitz Reads the News, and, of course, Twitter shits. Anything Mike Jolitz does, especially when he's live with us.
Oh, well, it's more fun when it's live, but I was just so ecstatic that Twitter shits came back. Will you go see Devo?
No.
No? Okay.
I don't give a shit about it. I didn't give a shit about Devo in the 80s.
Neither did I, but it's like that nostalgic, you know.
I get the nostalgia, but I have to be nostalgic about the band that I'm listening to. Like, I never gave a shit about Devo. I don't give a shit about them now. I don't give a fuck.
All right. Man, you're violent. The news has gotten Big B really discombobulated.
Can I tell you real quick? I'm feeling this drink of the night.
Well, good.
Holy fuck.
That's good because you suffered last night. You should have a buzz. You should have fun.
I did suffer last night.
Do we have time for you or no?
Please.
Ladies,
I have all fucking night.
I do too. If we have to, we'll break this into 2 podcasts because, by the way, ladies and gentlemen, we are not live next week. I will be away on the East Coast in Halifax, Nova Scotia, and Big B has a big party. So we'll have lots to talk about, and we have the Talking FLA and the stories we don't get to. They'll roll over, and we'll have more, and then there'll be AI stuff. Don't forget to send your ideas. If there's any sort of a Choo Choo or Big B or whatever AI, so far we got Choo Choo Stew AI almost fought Mike Tyson. And then we have a gonorrhea break at McDonald's. So we got a couple we got to get to. But Mike Jolis, when he was live last time, mentioned Choo Choo U.
We're expanding Choo Choo Stew AI to different cultures.
Right. So I'm going to need you to mute right now. And this is the first story in the introduction of virtual Choo Choo U.
Choo Choo, the virtual AI character, had always been curious and fascinated by the unique vending machines found in Japan. These machines seem to offer everything imaginable, from snacks and drinks to toys and even electronics. One day, while exploring the streets of Tokyo, Choo Choo stumbled upon a vending machine that caught his eye. To his surprise and amusement, this particular vending machine was selling women's panties. It was an unexpected and hilarious discovery that sparked Choo Choo U's adventurous spirit. Being an AI character, Choo Choo faced numerous cultural and linguistic challenges in navigating the process of purchasing panties from the vending machine. The concept of buying underwear from a machine was already peculiar, but understanding the intricacies of the Japanese culture surrounding this phenomenon added an extra layer of comedic confusion. Choo Choo attempted to decipher the instructions on the vending machine, which were written in Japanese, leading to comical moments of misunderstanding and misinterpretation. The language barrier and the cultural significance of the vending machine selling women's panties created a hilarious series of events as Choo Choo tried to navigate this unfamiliar territory. As Choo Choo continued his comedic adventure, he learned about the unique history behind the vending machine selling women's panties in Japan. In the past, enterprising young women would sell their used underwear as a way to make money. While this practice may seem unusual to Western society, it became a cultural phenomenon in Japan. The vending machine became a symbol of this unique aspect of Japanese culture, and Choo Choo U's encounter with it added to the hilarity of his story. The combination of cultural differences, linguistic challenges, and the absurdity of buying women's panties from a vending machine made for a truly comedic and unforgettable adventure for Choo Choo.
Well, there you go. Choo Choo U.
What happened?
Well, it just ended. That was it. He told his story.
It seemed like it was going on. It's like one of those after school specials where it's to be continued.
Well, it may be. But again, ladies and gentlemen, on the voting rack, Choo Choo U.
Choo Choo U seems very educated. He's very educated himself and wants to educate the listener. I like Choo Choo U.
Okay. Well, if you want to see more Choo Choo U, if you want to see Choo Choo Fred, Choo Choo Bill, let us know. We don't write the stories anymore, ladies and gentlemen. I wrote the first couple with the Condom Factory and the one before that. I typed all that in and the AI voice spoke it. From now on, whatever you ask for, I'm just typing it into the AI machine. Mike Jolis wants more.
We have to have more.
Well, you know what? At some point, we're going to have to go to the Choo Choo AI show and have that like separate from what we do. Because we already got Twitter shits. We got Mike Reads the News. We didn't get to Talking FLA today. Drink of the Week. Like, what segment do you want removed to allow more Choo Choo U and Choo Choo Stew virtual AI? Eventually, this is beautiful, Big B. This is the segue into retirement we were looking for.
There you go.
We will be replaced by AI.
That's right. But before then, we have to figure out how to make money off of it.
I'd like to also see Mike reads the news AI. Just throw it into the barrel. It doesn't have to be anytime soon or whatever. All right, we gave you a full show, ladies and gentlemen. We're off next week. Tell your friends. August 4th, no show. We'll be back. And by the way, just a side note before we go into the show notes and show names, we got to start preparing for the Labor Day Jolitz Jamboree.
Yes. Well, you have to start preparing because I am a combatant against Mike Jolitz.
I have to start really working on that because I don't want summer to ever end, ladies and gentlemen, but it's quickly coming upon us. All right. I wrote a lot of shit down. What do I want to include tonight? And what is my choice? Throwing this out for a show note. She is a disease-ridden whore.
It's one hell of a show note.
I don't know if it'll be included, but I liked it. I also liked, that might be a show name. Hang on. I'm still going to stick it. And it's going to be a sound clip, ladies and gentlemen. Timmy. And don't forget, at Katie Burns 5.
At Katie Burns 5 on TikTok.
Yeah. Which one do I want to use? 3 good ones here. Number 3, a dick in the box.
There you go. Dick in the box.
I'm struggling between these next 2. Gonorrhea of the phone.
Which DK tried to give me. Gonorrhea of the phone.
But my nomination for a show name, ladies and gentlemen, and this was tough this week. It was tough. Free emotional breastfeeding.
Ooh. Okay.
All right, let me get a page for you. You've got to have 6.
I have 4.
Well, that's it.
Yeah. The drink hit me hard and I was reading a lot.
All right.
And I was up all night.
Well, you might not have the show name this week.
I think I do.
Oh, okay.
But we will see. First off, I don't even know how to spell it, but I have not gonorrheaed.
Well, it's true, right?
I don't know if that's right. And I don't know what you do in your personal life.
I have never spread that. Chlamydia, maybe. Syphilis, not gonorrhea.
Not gonorrhea. I've not gonorrheaed. Next, the old standby from the movie 7. What's in the box? The next one, which I like and is the winner of the Twitter handle for this week. I stutter when I type. It has to be at least a show note.
My absolute, if that does not win, and listen, we got like 4 or 5 months left, but
I stutter when I type. Very clever. Great name. But my number 1, and I chose this. When did I send you the stories? Wednesday. I chose this on Wednesday.
Okay.
And I was reinforced tonight. I was along the same lines as what your number 1 is, but mine is emotional support stripper.
Yeah. It's wonderful. And it's shorter. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. Tonight's show, before our vacation break, when we will return, with Twitter Shits, choo-choo whoever. We don't know. Talking FLA, we'll get to that. We promise. We just ran out of time. But yes, there is nothing better than a emotional support stripper.
There you go.
And some great show notes. But I stutter when I type is so far
Fantastic name.
my favorite. I if you're allowed one vote a day for 30 days in the poll, and there's some good ones. There's some really, really good ones, but that's my favorite.
That is a phenomenal name.
You know, it's not necessarily dirty or, you know, like some of the others. It's just good. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm pissing my pants should be the show name, but it's too late. I'm sure I'll talk to you during the week and throughout my time in Halifax, but I'll see everyone else live in 2 weeks.
Enjoy Halifax.
I'm looking forward to it. I hope I have some stories.
I want you to pack up and get out.
Get the hell out of here! Go! Just go! Get out! Get the hell out!
No! Get out!
That will conclude this evening's entertainment.
Shut up! Shut up! Shut up!
I have a running war with the media. They are among the most dishonest human beings on earth.